Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Nashville Manifesto has just been leaked, aka the Manifesto. I want to give a shout out to Steven Crowder's journalism team for the work they've done. I listened to what was said in the Manifesto on the Rumble because at first I tried to listen to it on YouTube, but clearly the stuff that he read off that was written down was not YouTube friendly, but at least not for him. I'll plainly say what was in the Manifesto as best I can remember. I'm going to include links to this video. Big reason I want to give him a shout out because we haven't heard anything about this since it happened it was March 27th, roughly 7 months. This stuff has been swept under the rug, and with good reason, because it's because it clearly isn't. Clearly, we all know there's an agenda when it comes to covering these kind of things. There's a narrative to follow along, and whenever there's something that makes the alphabet soup group, the Rainbow Coalition, look bad, it's not going to be discussed out in the open. Whenever they talk about the death rates of trannies, they talk about the explicit reason as to what they were doing that led to their deaths. And this situation clearly was not going to be discussed. So, shout out to Steven Crowder and his journalism team, and shout out to X, formerly known as Twitter, for the. They have the photos available for you to check out. But like I said, I'm gonna include links in this video to show where a lot of who's hosting this information, where you can find it. And so you can actually see for yourself as what had been written down. So Audrey Hale, that monster that went to that school I think it was Covenant Christian School in Nashville, Tennessee, and shot 6 people, 3 students, 3 adults. She knew exactly what she was targeting, because one of the things she said was, "I'm." She said, I hope my victims aren't. Basically, I hope they're not prepared for this." She said she's preparing herself for it. She hopes her victims aren't. She brought up a lot of stuff about white privilege as being a motivator behind why she's doing it. She showed anger towards rich people and those who receive support from rich daddies, or whether it be from the clothing they wore to the car they drove. She was full of hate. They want to paint the rainbow crowd to be full of this love and acceptance. No, that was all bullshit. Like I said, check out the links. You'll see for yourself what she wrote down. You see why it had been swept under the rug, and why it was not covered for so long by any major media groups. She prayed to God that she could turn her anxiety be turned into anger, which I don't think she was praying to the Almighty God. She praying to some other God. Because clearly she was out for blood. She wrote down she was excited. She wrote down a list. She wrote down like a list. The time. She had everything timed. All like what time things. She was how many hours, how many minutes was left until she was going ahead and do what she did. What else was talked about? She was motivated by madness. A lot of the madness is actually talked about a lot of madness is actually considered rhetoric nowadays against white people. That was a big against white people, against Christians, against anyone with substantial amount of wealth. She showed utter contempt and hatred for those individuals. And again, it's a stark contrast from what the media wants to put out about the alphabet soup group. They want to because they engage in, and she engaged in, she did what the media does when it comes to covering these topics. What any intellectual wants to say when they cover these topics, they use a lot of projection. They project a lot of their own insecurities and onto other entities and make it seem like it's their own. She was the one that was full of hate, as they are full of hate. Painting Christians, painting white people as being privileged and full of hate themselves. No, it's not true. No, it was her and people like her that have this that just have this seething hatred towards these people who they believe are their enemies. I'm trying to think of what else was said. Again, they're gonna be. I'm gonna include links to this video for you people, for everyone to check out. Um, I think there's only 3 pages that have been leaked so far. She did bring up she was almost, and I hope more information come out about something that was written down. She wrote down that she was almost caught in 2020. I think it was, she said sometime in 20, I think it was April or March or April of 2020. I may get the months wrong, but the year was 2021. She was almost caught. So apparently she may have tried to do something back then, but figured it wasn't wasn't gonna be successful. She says she hopes she gets a high body count, which explains why she took 3 guns. I don't care about the guns that were used. Could have been 3 pistols. Could have been 3 shotguns. Could have been 3 machetes. You know, it didn't matter. She armed herself in a way that she believed that she can get the highest body count that she can imagine. um, she, she did her research. She studied whether there was going to be any security, whether there could be any substantial security that could be in her way, because she mentioned how she hoped nothing goes wrong, but if anything were to get in her way, she would try to handle it best she could. Obviously, couldn't do it because she got smoked by the she got smoked by the police department. Shout out to Nashville police for doing so. Um, Somewhat, and the thing is, from what she written down, it points to many lessons. One, be armed, be prepared, because clearly she did her homework. Two, trying to kowtow to people like that, it doesn't pay off. It doesn't pay off at all. Because they'll use your kindness as a weakness. Because all this is all about power. Even if it comes down to their very death, it's all about power. It's all about the hatred that they have inside. It's all about unresolved problems they have within themselves, and they're they were it's like if they don't have a proper way of handling it, it's gonna come out like this. Third, understand why the media. You have to understand why the media would not cover stuff like this. It's because they have an agenda to push. They want to paint white Christians, conservatives, what have you. Just anyone who they stand in direct opposition to. They want to paint them as these maniacs, like Hale was. But no, they're actually like that. Audrey Hale just so happened to carry out the exact same ideas and beliefs that are essentially prevalent amongst those in media. Because if you follow their rhetoric long enough, the way they talk about white privilege, the way they talk about Christian, white Christian nationals, Christo-fascists, that kind of mess, how they talk about men, how they talk about conservatives. This is the logical conclusion to basically wipe them out. And what better way than to carry out a terror campaign against a bunch of kids and unprepared adults. So, that's. I just want to talk about some of the things I remember that was discussed on Rumble through Crowder's channel. Again, I'm gonna include links. There seems to be an active effort to hide this information, but I'll include links. I'll include links that I believe will keep the information up. Please share your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. If you heard anything new on this matter, please share. Share it in the comment section, or even make your own video. Share links if you have them. This is a very big story because it blows the lid off of this idea that the alphabet soup group, the rainbow community, the rainbow coalition, that they all that they care about is love and acceptance, and it's a lie. It's one big lie. It's all about power, and this power is driven by madness, by hatred, by insecurities, by resentment, and by a lot of falsehoods that's pushed through that's pushed in schools, and the media, online, things, what have you. So be alert, be cognizant of what's going on, and share this video, or share the video of Crowder or any other information out there. Share with other people, because people need to be informed about this matter. But that's my video. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see how I can do to address them. I know I haven't made a video in a while. Life gets in the way of things, but I'm still here, still alive, obviously, and I still do like to jump on live streams, like on Ox channel. I may actually get on his live stream tonight after I upload this video. But that's all I wanted to say tonight. Nashville Manifesto has just been leaked. The Manifesto. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care, be safe, stay strapped, and God bless.